Okay, I believe my voice is going. Okay, before I start this, I would just like to say hello to the CIA that is probably listening in through my iPhone. Hi, CIA! Alright, let's get to the meat of things. Okay, so before I start, as usual, fuck. As usual, the update on that bill. Again, still stuck in the committee, so yeah. The petition's in the description. If you get emails from them from Daily Cost that you don't want, feel free to unsubscribe from them. It's just, yeah. I guess it's just a consequence from signing said petition. Ooh, hold on, let me move this a bit. Okay. And probably better, please call your congressmen, congresswomen, senators, representatives, whatever you want to call them, if you support the bill, HR 669 and S200. These bills, HR is the House one and S is the Senate one. So, basically they would say Trump cannot use nuclear weapons without a declaration of war from Congress unless the United States is attacked first. So, yeah, basically codifies into law the no first use policy. Okay, now that that is out of the way. Alright. So, what to talk about today? Hello, people. No one's in the chat. If you are listening to this, or watching this, or whatever, please feel free to say something in the chat. Suggest topics for me to talk about and that stuff. So, I actually have a list of topics to talk about today. Hello there, Gabriel. So yeah, in an unusual move, I actually came kind of prepared. Well, not really that prepared, but sort of prepared. So I have 4 topics to talk about, and let's start with random and no, it's not really random. Let's start with one thing that I found interesting but hasn't really been covered all that much. Well, it's been covered by the mainstream media, but it's not headline news. To big stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start with the CIA hacking because I said hello to the CIA already. So yeah. Ooh, documents have been leaked from the CIA, basically showing that the CIA has been hacking into various people's devices, everything from iPhone to Android to Samsung smart TVs, of all things. So yeah, WikiLeaks dumped this treasure trove of information, which, holy fuck. There's a number of reasons why it's significant. Number one, holy fuck, the CIA can listen into my conversation from my iPhone. Number two, apparently the CIA has been hoarding security vulnerabilities. What this basically means, for those of you who have no idea what that means, is that security vulnerabilities, in other words, vulnerability is a thing that lets you hack into a device. So there's something wrong with the program, and you would be able to use that to hack into it. The standard protocol, supposedly, is when such a... And actually, the way that a lot of hackers in the gray hat and white hat community do... Gray hat is people who operate like what they do might be illegal, but it actually is good. And white hat is they're hired by companies to test their systems to see if it's hackable. What they do is when they find a vulnerability, they report it to the company, so the company is able to fix it. And at least in the gray hat community, they might go public with it, but only if the company has not fixed it at all. Oh, not only that, they're stealing mail. Oh yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Razgrids. Yes, the leaks also showed that the leaks also showed that the CIA stole malware from other intelligence agency and is using that to make so that they are able to make it look like the other countries hacked. Now, for the record, I just want to say there are some people who are saying, "Oh, this proves that the CIA hacked the election and it was not the Russians. They just hacked it to make, um, they just hacked it to make it look like the Russians did it and make this false link between Trump." I don't think they would do that because if they did indeed hack the DNC in order to forge a connection between Trump and the Russians, then why would they then go and release this treasure trove of information that was damaging to the Democrats? It makes no sense. Like, seriously, it makes absolutely no sense. And yes, Gabriel Miyashiro, World Baseball Classic is going on right now. Apparently Israel versus Netherlands. Israel winning 4-1. Israel has a good team this year. Interesting. Anyway, that's something I'll come back to later. The good old CIA. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm surprised by this, because honestly, the U.S. Intelligence Committee has been doing massively intrusive operations for a while now. Just look at what Edward Snowden leaked. I mean, holy shit. And well, with the hoarding vulnerabilities, instead of reporting them to the companies, the danger with hoarding vulnerabilities and the problem with that is if the companies don't know about the vulnerabilities and they don't fix it, the CIA is not the only one that can use it. That's the problem. Like, some people say, oh, when you make an encryption software, you should include a backdoor just in case intelligence communities or police need to look at it in investigating a crime. But no, if you install a backdoor for law enforcement or intelligence or whatever government agency you want to install it for, it's not just the government agencies that will be able to use it, which is the problem with, that's the problem with any kind of security flaw. And the backdoor, or not failing to report a security flaw, is a massive problem for this very reason. Now, I've seen some people saying, will we be able to protect ourselves from these? I don't know. I hope that my best guess is that all I can do, and actually all other people will probably be able to do, is just wait for updates from the respective companies that make this. So updates to the Samsung Smart TV, iOS, Android, etc., etc., etc. Honestly, I don't think there's much of anything else that we can do, unless you're like some super genius programmer. In which case, yeah, please help. I don't know about you guys, but the thought of the CIA listening into every single one of my conversations. They're probably not actually, like, literally listening into every single one of my conversations, but, them having the ability to do so, kind of creepy. I mean, I'm probably on some government watch list somewhere for some of the stuff that I've said and done. Although I'm less worried about being on the U.S. government watch list since I have no intentions of committing a crime. It's just the fact that they're, extra scrutiny is kind of creepy, if you know what I mean. I'm probably, the other thing I was about to say, yeah, being on the U.S. government watch is probably not as bad because I'm probably on a Chinese government, no, I'm definitely on a Chinese government watch list. I mean, I have no doubt that I am. It's not confirmed, but I have no doubt that I am, considering I signed a petition to Congress, asking that the asking that Congress condemn organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners in China. Yeah, I'm banned from China now. I'm willing to bet if I tried to go to China, I'd try to go forget the visa, and then I'd be denied for that very reason. But yeah, I think that's the difference between being on a U.S. government watch list. In China, if I'm on the Chinese watch list, unless I'm a Chinese citizen, in which case I'll disappear, but I'm not a Chinese citizen and I live abroad, so I'd probably be banned from China. Whereas in America, I would not be surprised if the CIA is targeting me, which is super fucking creepy. You hear that, CIA? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? I'd rather not have, like, anyone, actually. I don't care who it is. I'd rather not have anyone peering too deeply into my private life because, you know, my private life is my private life. I there is no other way to say it. Not sure how many other people feel this way. Oh yeah, there was another thing in the leaks if I remember correctly. The CIA also shared their methodology with other intelligence agencies, including the ones from other countries. So yeah, WikiLeaks will have much more details, and as a matter of fact, I think like the leaks are posted on WikiLeaks, so you can go on there and see literally what the treasure trove of information is. I mean, it's amazing what they have on there. Okay, so since Gabriel mentioned this, World Baseball Classic finally started. Started Monday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Monday. Oh yay! Japan has been winning. Those are the only games that I've been watching. I'm not even joking. I've only been watching the Japan games. Japan beat Cuba, and then Japan beat Australia, so Japan's advancement to the next round is basically guaranteed at this point. I am very happy about that. The U.S., the pool the U.S. is in doesn't start, I think, until tomorrow. And then even then, I think, if I remember correctly, the first day it's Canada versus the Dominican Republic, and then it's America on, like, the day after. So yeah, it's still a few days until America goes on. I'm sorry, but the only games of the World Baseball Classic that I will be watching are the America games and the Japan games, and that's it. Because those are the only two countries that I could possibly cheer for. I'm surprised that we'll say I'm surprised that Israel is doing as well as it is in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, wow. Israel isn't exactly known for baseball, unlike South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. Israel and the Netherlands are the two countries that won in the first pool that they're in. They beat South Korea and Taiwan. I thought it would have been the other way around. Like, wow. I thought South Korea and Taiwan would have won that one. And yes, I'm calling it Taiwan and not Chinese Taipei. Because fuck you, Chinese government. I'll call them what I want to do it. USA, Japan, and USA playing on the same day. Really? Oh, USA starts playing on the same day as Japan. Okay. The next game Japan has is this Saturday, if I remember correctly. And it's against China, which should be interesting. I watch it through a stream on... there's this website called live.qq.com. It's a Chinese website. So it should be interesting looking at the chat. . . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 。 . 。 。 . There are also other websites that are probably less than legal. Although technically the streaming is not illegal, it's the streams themselves that are illegal, I think, because copyright. I wouldn't be doing this if there was a way I could watch it, the Japanese TV from Hawaii legally. Oh, wow, there's a House bill in Missouri for legalizing weed completely? Huh. I was not aware of that. To be completely honest, I'm not sure how I feel about completely legalizing marijuana. I'm not against it. I will say that I am not against it. I can't say I'm for it, but I'm not against it. I mean, I'm definitely for legalization for medicinal purposes. That's just hands down. I think that needs to be legalized. But like for recreational, I don't know. I'm not against it. That's all I can say. So the 11th is USA versus Colombia and Japan versus China. I think the game is going to be at a different time than the Japan-China game, so I should be able to watch both on that day. Unless the games happen while I'm at Hawaii Tokai International College, in which case, damn it. The Japan-China one happens at midnight this Hawaii time, so I should be able to watch that. It's the USA versus Colombia that I'm worried about. Two, four. So, wait, what? Article 10, Section 26 of the state constitution forbids new taxes on things that are not currently What? Why? Legalize marijuana, tax the shit out of it, you'll get a whole new revenue stream. I mean, sure, you're gonna piss off pot smokers, but you know what? If they really want to smoke pot, they'll pay the fucking tax. That seems like that clause of the Constitution of Missouri, I think it was. Yeah, Missouri. That seems rather short-sighted to me. I mean, I can see why some people would want something like that. After all, everyone hates taxes. But it still seems rather short-sighted. Because Republicans are a bit retarded sometimes. Hey, Democrats are also retarded sometimes. It just goes with it just goes with being a politician. So yeah, that's the thing. What else was in the big news today? Oh yes, speaking of other big news, Trump care / Ryan care / Obamacare light. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. Call it what you want. Just the GOP healthcare plan that was released. Yeah, that. I haven't seen the exact provisions. I'm kind of waiting on healthcare triage to do an analysis of it. Democrats have already lambasted it. The American Medical Associations has come out against it, and some moderate Republicans have voiced concerns with the bill, and like super uber conservative Republicans have also voiced opposition to it. Though I have no idea if this is gonna pass. If the GOP can get united behind it, then yeah, it will probably pass. But if they can't, then it probably will not. I am worried about some provisions of the bill, but I haven't read through the whole thing. From what I understand, it's like 100 pages. Sean Spicer tried to like say, "Oh, this is the definition of no government. Look, because the Democrats passed the bill. The Affordable Care Act had way more pages than this. It's still 100 fucking pages though. So yeah." The Republican healthcare plan, it leaves in key aspects of the Obama, of Obamacare. For example, it denying people coverage based on pre-existing conditions. That's still in there. Uh, young people who are still able to stay on their parents' healthcare plans up to the age of 26. That is still in there. 2, 4, 5. And the mandate, which I was originally against until I learned why it was in there, that has been modified. Instead of it being a mandate, it's now a continuous coverage thing. So you have to have continuous coverage. And then there will be penalties if there are any lapses in coverage or something like that. I see what the bill is trying to... I see what that's... It's trying to accomplish the same thing as the care mandate without actually being a care mandate. I'm not sure if it will work. I'm not an expert. Someone smarter than me will probably say something about it sometime. Obviously, because there are several provisions. For example, like it also cuts funding to Planned Parenthood for a year, which, I mean, I don't like it, but I can't say I'm surprised, considering it's coming from Republicans. So, like, I'm sorry, but I saw that coming a mile away. Cutting funding for Planned Parenthood. And there are all these other small provisions that have the super conservative side of the Republican Party up in arms. They're the ones who've labeled it Obamacare Light, actually. It also changes the Medicaid expansion into a block grant system, which could have problems. Healthcare Triage did a video analyzing the idea behind block grants. It has its upsides and downsides. The video goes way more in detail than I could ever possibly hope to do. So yeah, that's a thing that's going around on right now. I'm less worried about the actual contents of the bill. Although I am concerned about certain provisions, it does also have massive risk with it. I'm not saying it's a good law. I'm saying I think what it would be interesting to see is if the Republican Party can ever actually fully unite behind this, considering the different wings of the party that have voiced opposition to it. Will they be able to unite around it? That is a question that I do not have an answer to. So yeah, keep an eye on that if you're if you might be affected by this. Yeah, keep an eye on it. So that's two of it. That's like the two big news things. This next one that I want to bring up is something that I don't know. I randomly went on Twitter because I don't know. I normally don't go on Twitter, but I went on Twitter for some reason. I think it was actually because I got an email of a tweet and someone was like, "Oh my God, Trump just got trademarks to operate prostitution businesses in China," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" I looked it up. I can see why they say prostitution, but it could very easily be technically not prostitution. So Trump just got a whole bunch of trademarks in China, which is unusual, actually. It's normally it's like getting a trademark in China is a protracted legal battle, but no, Trump apparently got these very easily, and a lot of them are in his name, so it's not on behalf of him. It is literally in his name. So yeah, there's questions as to whether Trump got favorable treatment from the government of China in this regard, but that's something that I'll let the lawyers argue because I have no fucking idea. I'm more interested in the claim that some people on the extreme left have been throwing around that this trademark also lets Trump operate prostitution businesses in China, which the trademarks actually cover a whole wide range of different businesses, like a lot. My source for this, I believe, is Business Insider. So let me see if I can pull up the article. I just accessed it just a little bit ago. Oh, come on. Oh no, I accessed it via Twitter. It's not going to be in my internet history. I'm going to just try and pull up the email that I got for this. Oh my god. Delete that email because I don't need it. The social. Come on. Trash. You know what? Let's see if I can find a different article. It was the first article I read was Business Insider, but what? Oh shoot, it's not there anymore. Oh, there's also that's a topic I should probably talk about because it's very important in terms of Japanese politics. I'll get into that after this whole trademark stuff. Not CNN Money, and not Washington Post. View all. God damn it, don't. No, not the Daily Mail. Come on, isn't there more? Here we go. There's the article. China granted preliminary approval for 38 Trump trademarks. So it ranges from a host of different in the host of different industries. Uh Including branded spas, massage parlors, golf clubs, hotels, insurance, finance, real estate companies, retail shops, restaurants, bars, and private bodyguard and escort services. I think it's that last one, the private bodyguard and escort services, that have some people screaming, "Oh, prostitution!" Which, I mean, I guess you could read it that way, but that that's not necessarily guaranteed. I don't know how those businesses work, so yeah. And there's like people on both camps of at least in Chinese lawyers. Some people say it's unusual for all these trademarks to be approved so quickly, which yeah, considering some of the difficulties I've heard that some Western companies have had in getting trademarks with China, yeah, I personally tend to trust them more than the other side. But I'm not a legal expert in China, so yeah, take my words with a pinch of salt. So it was, yeah, Dan Plain, director at Simone IP Services, a Hong Kong intellectual property consultancy, has said he has never seen so many applications approved so quickly. But I think Trump's legal team in China says there's nothing wrong with this. Spring Chang, founding partner at Chang Tse and Partners, a Beijing law firm that has represented the Trump organization, declined to comment specifically on Trump's trademarks, but did say that she advises clients to take marks defensively, even in categories that or subcategories of goods and services they may not aim to develop. So, why did I mention this last one from the Changxi Partners? It's because this shows that just because the Trump has a trademark in, escort services and bodyguard services, that doesn't necessarily mean he will actually get into those businesses. Because according to this law firm, they recommend that their clients get as many trademarks as they can in as many industries as possible. And considering China's intellectual property status, yeah, I'm not surprised. 2467. So, yeah, that's a thing that happened. If Trump did get preferential treatment, it could possibly violate the Constitution. Maybe. I'm not a lawyer, so yeah, if any of you guys are more familiar on the law than I am, then you guys will be able to answer that. So, now, uh, before I talk about this, what was the other topic I had on the list? Oh, yes, before I go into Japan politics, here's something that is a random fact. I won't be able to talk about this that much because there's not that much information out there. Uh, how many of you guys have heard of Kim Han-sol? I'm waiting for the answer to be no. Because I'm willing to bet that none of you have heard of him. Unless you pay attention to as much news as I do, in which case, congratulations. You may be smarter than me. Kim Han-sol is the son of Kim Jong Nam. Yes, the very same Kim Jong Nam that is believed to have been murdered by the North Korean government. A video of him has been uploaded onto YouTube by some group that calls themselves Cholima Civil Defense. Cholima is like a Korean mythology horse that can travel 1,000 li. Li is a very old unit of measurement in Asia. Like, it used to be used in Japan, Korea, and China, and then, the meter and centimeter kind of came. We have no idea who Cholima Civil Defense is. They kind of just popped out of nowhere. They claim that they have helped other defectors. Supposedly, Kim Hang-sol is now, and his family, so, whoever his mother and wife of Kim, Jong-nam is, they're now in running, and they thanked Cholima Civil Defense thanked the governments of the Netherlands, the United States, China, and a fourth unnamed country for help in getting Kim Han-sol to safety. We have no idea where he currently is. I'm willing to bet that's probably for his own safety. Because, I don't know about you, but the North Korean government does not seem like the kind of government that would take kindly to people doing something like this. But yeah, there's a video on YouTube from Cholima Civil Defense. You can go search for it right now. It's about 40 seconds long. I saw it. And wow. It's... it's something. Very interesting. If the guy really indeed has escaped North Korea and is in hiding with his family, I wish him the best of luck. Let's hope that he doesn't get murdered too. Yeah, there's not that much I can really say about that. Two, 4, 6, 8. So, now, there's a big scandal going on in Japan right now. Let me make sure I have this name right. Before I go into detail. Okay, so recently it came out that in the Japanese media that there's a school, preschool in Japan actually, that has been having its students okay, so it's been having its students like read this document. It's called Kyoiku Chokugo. Now, you probably have no fucking idea what that is, and that's because it was abandoned in Japan after World War II. It is the Imperial Rescript on Education. So the full name is Kyoiku ni kansuru chokugo. It was signed by Emperor Meiji on the 30th of October in 1890. And up until the end of World War II, it was read aloud at all important school events in Japan, and students were required to read and memorize it. Now, there are two camps to this. Some people say that this document, it promotes filial piety. In other words, respect for your parents and elders and your ancestors. And that's what they say this document is about. That's what the defenders say. Now, there's a lot of detractors to this. The critics say that this document is part of the reason why Japan went down its imperialist war path. I am not sure. I actually read through the original text of the Kyoiku Chokugo, and I'm not sure which camp I'm in. I can see both camps because there's a lot of references to our ancestors in the document. On one hand, but on the other hand, it calls on students to respect the Constitution, and should an emergency arrive, offer yourselves to the state. So I can see why both camps do it, but yeah. So this recently came out. It's called the Moritomo Gakuen. That's the preschool that was recently having it was caught having its students read these. Which was a big scandal because holy shit. I will point out that in the immediate days following World War II, this document was actually banned by the occupation authorities of America. So yeah, apparently current Prime Minister Abe has been apparently because of this his poll number is going down. I'm not sure what his exact response to this scandal has been, but I do know that some of his cabinet ministers have said some. Okay, so when asked by the Social Democratic Party of Japan whether they believe, I can't remember who it was, but one of the ministers. Who was it? Can I figure out who it was? Come on. Seiji Nihon. Oh. Oh. Yeah, boy, sure. Done. NHK load. Insert furigana. See if I read that kanji right. Boisho. Oh, so the Ministry of Defense. 稲田防衛省教育直後の核の部分は取り戻すべき So yeah, ministry, one of the Inada Boe Daijin. So that would be Minister of Defense Inada. It's a she. For the record. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 教育直後の核の部分は取り戻すべき So she said when being asked by other representatives in the Japanese legislature, her stance on this, she said that she believes the core message of the imperial rescript on education should be brought back. Now, she's on the camp that the core message of the imperial rescript on education is filial piety. And she completely rejected the notion that it contributed to Japan's it contributed to Japan's path of imperialism and expansion and war. She was actually asked, do you at least acknowledge that it contributed to Japan's actions in World War II? And then she said, I do not believe that it did. So yeah, that has some people in Japan up in arms, particularly the opposition. There are probably a lot of people who will back this. So yeah. According to this article on NHK, そして教育直後の精神である日本が高い倫理観で世界中から尊敬される道義国家を目指すべきだという考えは今も変わっていない。So, I believe this means that she believes that. Okay, so 道義国家 is an interesting term. 教育直後の精神である日本が高い倫理観。So, the message of the 教育直後, the imperial rescript on education, である日本が高い倫理観で。日本が高い倫理観。How should I translate that? Hold on, my mom just texted me. How do I translate that? Excuse me for a moment while I go on jisho.org. 倫理観。Ethical viewpoint, moral value, sense of duty, sense of ethics. So, she wants to have high Japan. The core of the message of the Kyoiku Chokugoku, that Japan should have high ethics, or a high sense of duty, or a high sense of ethic, or however you want to translate the word 倫理観。で、世界中から尊敬される。And be respected by the rest of the world, and 道義国家を目指す。Be respected by the rest of the world for, I will translate that as moral country. I'm not sure what she means by that, to be completely honest. I'll probably like ask my dad about that, because I've never heard that term used before. Although if you just do a quick Google search of Dogi Koka, many Japanese websites will pop up saying that Japan needs to return to Dogi Koka. So it's obviously something that at least people on the Japanese right wing are aiming for. What that goal actually is, I am not sure. I need to look up more information on this. Not gonna lie, I need to look up more information on this. That is just a flat out fact. I need to look up more information on this. So yeah, that's a scandal going on. It's interesting. I'm not sure which camp I fall in. I need to look up more on the Kyoiku Chokugo in order to be able to form an opinion on that, because I didn't learn much about that. Not gonna lie, because most of the time, when I went to school in Japan, I was only like there for what in America is summer vacation, which is not that long, at least. In Japan, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Hello there, prisoner who just came back. Or came on. I'm not sure which one it is. So yeah, in any case, I'm not sure I'm really not sure where I stand on this. If the Kyoiku Chokugo is something that contributed to Japan going down to the path of war and imperialism, then I cannot say that I can. Then I cannot say I back it. If it's something that people back for its sense of filial piety, I mean, as long as it's only the filial piety parts that is being brought back, I guess I wouldn't mind. But it's this fine line. I'm not sure. To be completely honest with you, I'd rather just leave that whole thing be. And if you're gonna promote filial piety, do it some other way. That'd probably be the best course of action and least controversial course of action. Not that some of those politicians on the Japanese right will understand that. And for the record, no, I am not going to say that it's something that contributed to Japan going down the war path just because the American occupation authorities banned it in the immediate aftermath of World War II. They also banned any publications that tried to spread the truth about what happened in Hiroshima after the atom bomb was dropped. So, yeah, I hope you can see why I don't necessarily take what the stuff that America banned as like guaranteed to be bad. So yeah, supposedly Prime Minister Abe's poll ratings have dropped since this scandal started. Which honestly, I'm kind of not surprised. There are probably a lot of people in Japan who don't buy into the argument that some of the right wingers in Japan make that the Kyoiku Chokugo is about filial piety. Reading the Kyoiku Chokugo was weird. I actually had to find a translation of it. Not a translation to English, a translation to Japanese. Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I know that sounds weird considering I speak Japanese, but, Kyoiku Chokugo is not written in what is today's standard Japanese. It's written in, like, a kind of Japanese that is very specific to the era that it existed in. And so I did not understand a single thing. It's just, whoa. I mean, I could get bits and pieces of it in the original language that it was in, but no. It's like in the way that it was written in the way that the imperial family speaks. Which is like a very specific kind of Japanese that is very different from the way the rest of the country speaks. I don't know if that way of speaking is still used in the imperial family, but I know that at least during and before World War II, that was the case. Ooh, that. So yeah, that's happening in Japan. Oh, I wonder. I haven't looked this up, but like I wonder how the Chinese and Korean media is picking this up. I bet China's going all over about how Japan's going back to World War II era stuff, and I don't know about Korea. I have more faith in Korea than I do Japan. South Korea, to be specific, not North Korea. South Korea. Wow, the chat has been quiet. Ooh, well, I've kind of run out of stuff to talk about, and I'm waiting on the chat to say something. Hi, Gabriel. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I was hoping to get this done in under an hour, but no, doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Uh. Oh, the Israel versus Netherlands game is still going? Excuse me for a moment. Siri, how's the baseball game going?
I didn't get that.
Siri, how's the baseball game going?
Here's what's coming up in World Baseball Classic between yesterday and today.
Israel versus the Netherlands. It says it's over. Yeah, Israel won 4-2. Interesting. I don't know if it's going to be Japan versus Israel. No, Israel and the Netherlands have already got advanced to the next pool, guaranteed. It's already happened. I know their games of their pool hasn't won, but they've won enough games to where it's basically guaranteed. And I'm pretty sure that Japan is also going to be advancing to the next round. I'm not sure who the other party is. I'm kind of hoping it'll be Cuba. I don't know why. So yes, March 9th, Australia versus China, starting midnight. Well, midnight Hawaii time, it's 7 p.m. Japan time. And then the 10th is Australia versus Cuba and China versus Japan. Oh, so it's the 10th. Oh, that's Friday. Oh, no, that's Thursday night, because it's... Oh. Oh, okay. Because 12 a.m. is technically the next day. Thursday midnight, China versus Japan. That's going to be interesting. I really do hope that Cuba wins the game against Australia. Japan beat Australia yesterday 4-1, so I think Australia was the first to score a point in that game. Gabriel, I'm not sure if it's going to be Japan versus Israel. That may eventually happen, but it depends entirely on whether or not uh on what place that Japan finishes in Pool B. I'm willing to bet they're going to be Pool B winner, in which case the game on the 12th will be Japan versus the Netherlands, and then on the 14th it will be Japan versus whoever the runner-up is, and then Japan versus Israel on the 15th. I hope Japan wins Pool E. Oh, who am I kidding? I hope Japan wins the damn World Baseball Classic. I want Japan to win the whole thing. Which, I don't know, kind of unfair to the other countries considering of the 3 World Baseball Classics that have happened before this one, Japan has won 2 of them. This I don't know if this is actually the case, but like I've heard, at least if you go on Reddit and other places, you'll see like fans of the U.S. team complain that they say that America apparently does not send their best players to the World Baseball Classic, and that's why America loses. Or at least has not won yet. That's what they say. I don't know if that's true. Someone who's a bigger fan of baseball than me. I'm a big fan, but like I don't pay that close attention to MLB. So someone who sees that will probably tell me if that's the case or not. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Honestly, I think the issue with the reason why America doesn't send their best is, well, probably number one is I think MLB is having a season right now. Let me check. Cactus League. Is that what? What the hell is the Cactus League? Oh, spring training. Okay, so it's not like the actual main league thing, I think. But they still do have games going on right now. In Japan, I don't think they're doing anything like that. They don't have. Gabriel, you say USA never sends good players unless it's the Olympics. Oh, well then, Gabriel, you are probably going to be looking forward to 2020 because guess what? Baseball is back in the Olympics. Seriously, baseball's back in the Olympics. It's because in 2020 it's being hosted in Japan, a huge baseball country. Now, I wonder what the rosters for the baseball games at the Olympics are going to look like. But I also wonder if North Korea is going to send their baseball team. Yeah, apparently North Korea has a baseball team. I did not know that until like yesterday. I thought that North Korea would have suppressed baseball because it's the game of the Imperial American. Blah 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 blah. Wait, the coaches of each team in the U.S. is like, we're not sending any. Are they that focused on winning MLB? Like, the Japan team has like some of Japan's best players. Suzuki Seiya, Kikuchi, Nakata. What else was there? Otani. These are all players that are like really skilled in Japan. Kikuchi is like known for being a super fast runner. He actually has a nickname Idaten Kikuchi. Uh, Idaten. How do I translate that? It's like some Buddhist thing. Wikipedia, save me! Hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Folded. Idaten. Skanda. Is a Mahayana bodhisattva regarded as the devoted guardian of Buddhist monasteries who guards the Buddhist teachings. So yeah. According to legends, Skanda was the son of a virtuous king who had complete faith in the Buddha's teachings. When the Buddha entered Nirvana, the Buddha instructed Skanda to guard the Dharma. It was his duty to protect members of the Sangha. So yeah, Kikuchi is also known for good plays in terms of defense. So Kikuchi, his Oenka, the cheering song for Kikuchi, yes. Each player in the Japan team has their own like song for cheering them. Hikari o oikoshite meta furikiri kan kenukeru tomaranai ze idaten kikuchi. Then after that, when you sing that, the game after that, you go katobase kikuchi. Cheering in Japanese baseball seems to be very different from like the Western baseball. I haven't seen like individual players have cheering songs in American baseball. I've heard the teams having cheering songs, but not individual players. So if you watch the Japan games, you'll actually hear the music in the background for each player's cheering song. It's only plays when they go up on the batting area. I'm kind of disappointed in one thing though. Kuroda. He retired from baseball, so he didn't go on the team. Kuroda is my favorite baseball player of all time. Like, ever. Seriously. I love the guy. He's amazing. I'm talking about Kuroda Hiroki. He played for in MLB for a few years. And then he turned down like $1 million contracts from MLB so he could play with the Hiroshima Carp. Breaking news, Samuel L. Jackson is a massive weeb, hentai mother... What? What was that, Raz? There's also a player in the Japanese team whom I swear the start of his cheering song is like ripped straight from Back to the Future. Okay, so I think this is number 15. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay, so I'm gonna look up this guy's song. I think it was Aoki. Aoki Samurai Japan. Baseball. Aoki Norichika. So now, Aoki Norichika. Oh my god. Aoki. That kanji. Norichika. Okay, fuck this. Oenka. It is not, for some reason, it does not let me type in the proper kanji for this guy's name. I feel sorry for him. Please. I might be wrong about this. Kimero Aoki, sekai ni kagayaku number 1. Shit, I can't read the kanji. Damn it. Oenka. I think it was this guy. Yeah, I think it's Aoki Norichika. I don't know the lyrics for the part that sounds like Back to the Future, but I swear it sounds like Back to the Future. Cyber, you came kind of late. Should I continue? It's like 9 o'clock. I don't want to continue this too much longer. I'll stop this right now, Cyber. I'll look up the guy's song, and then I'll start with that next time. Next time will be Friday. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please like this if you liked it, and probably more important than that, share it. And I will see you guys Friday. Yeah, Friday. Bye.